Hi, everybody. Welcome to Daily 5, and I'm Leslie Jouflas, and I'd like to thank StockCharts for inviting me as a guest on this show. We've got 10 minutes to look at 5 charts. So let's get going. We're going to look at some time frame combinations today. We're going to look at the S&P 500 Emini, the Nasdaq, Advanced Micro, and the VIX. So let's get started on the first chart. First chart here is the SPX, and this is a monthly chart. And we can see that there's a broadening top type formation here. And these patterns have expanding trend lines rather than converging trend lines on them. I've drawn in on here resistance and support lines. The resistance lines are in the red and the support lines are in the green. If we were to drill down to smaller time frames, we would find many more support and resistance lines. But these, for right now in the current market, these are the ones I'm looking at. Now you'll notice that the last bar that's forming is a large white candle to the upside. And we're just getting into some big resistance areas here to watch. We also have an inside bar. And I think this is likely to see some range testing up and down because of these bar formations right now. So right now, let's click to a smaller time frame. Let's go to the S&P 500. This is the E-mini. This is a daily pattern. And what I see here is there's a AB equals CD Gartley sell pattern. And these patterns are retracement patterns. Of course, we know we've had the very large move down from February, and now we've had this strong reaction to the upside. But I do think in my analysis, we are getting ready to see another testing move back down towards probably a measurable retracement from this pattern. There's a couple of interesting things to note on this pattern. You see right where it says the D with the question mark, the prices did come up to what we call a 1.0 completion, and it got about 160 point move to the downside, which is really not that significant considering the size of the down move and then the retracement back up. So there's still more room to the downside with this pattern. We've popped up just above the D completion point this morning on the open, and we're getting up into where I have marked with the yellow circle. There's a 618 retracement, that 2925 to 2930 area. We've just come within a few points of that this morning. There's also an FOMC meeting, and so we'll see tomorrow on the announcement how that affects prices. So let's move on now to the next chart. And this is the VIX. And you can see an upper blue dash line drawn. Over on the left side of that line, that's the 2009 highs of the VIX. And in February 2020, we just tested that within a few points. And you can see the VIX now is coming back down to the downside. Well, you can tell from where the lower dash blue lines are that the VIX usually stays within sort of a range. And I think that, again, with a move to the downside in the VIX a little bit more, and then the VIX turns back up, we'll see, of course, the prices in the S&P. So I do think we're going to see, again, more range trading with testing. Right now, I think the testing is likely to be to the downside. The Nasdaq has been stronger than the S&P and the Dow Jones Industrial. This is also an AB equals CD Gartley sell pattern, but there were a couple of interesting things that gave a tip to those who watch these patterns that this was likely to be a stronger move in the Nasdaq. And if you look down at the lower part, the beginning of this pattern, you see some large white bars coming up, and then it formed a coil, a triangle formation, which I have marked on the chart, and then another strong bar out of that. Well, in the book, Trade What You See, How to Profit from Pattern Recognition, you talk a lot about the warning signs of these patterns, that there's more strength in the sell pattern. So this has gone up above the 618 retracement. and it's tested just a bit higher this morning. But again, I think now that we're starting to see some divergences form and likely to see a test back down. So the last two charts that we're looking at this morning are, this is advanced micro devices, and we have a combination of a daily and a 30-minute. I have this on because this, we just looked at the Nasdaq, which was showing strength, but there's a number of stocks in the Nasdaq that are even stronger than the index, and this is one of them. On the left side, again, I've got the green support lines marked in, and the resistance right now is just at the highs. Advanced Micro tested those highs, and now it's just in a bit of a coiling formation. And if we go to the right-hand side and we see the 30-minute chart, we get a better view of the strength that Advanced Micro had down at the lows in February. Interesting to note as well is the RSI, which marked on both charts, didn't show much of a divergence on the daily, but we can see a little bit of that that's marked in with this little trend line from February. But the price of it came down just to the 2000, and I think it was just the 2019 December 2019 lows compared to the S&P coming down to 2016 highs. So quite a difference. And down at the bottom, Advanced Micro had several bullish patterns. It had inverse head and shoulder patterns, island reversal patterns. And I've marked in a trend line here. We have some divergences now in the RSI that Advanced Micro may be ready to come down and form a buy pattern, and then another test back up or to new highs. Anything on these indexes that are coming back down in very deep retracements, further than a 618 retracement, then I would definitely use a lot of caution on those. So for that's it. That's our 5 charts that we have today on your daily 5. Thanks for joining me, and please visit me at my website.
Hey guys, Grayson Rose here with StockCharts.com. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Remember, if you did, give us a like down below, leave us a comment. We'd love to hear from you. And most importantly, don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel for daily content from an incredible collection of technical analysts and financial minds. We'll see you back here very soon. Happy charting, my friends.